It is true. Grimith has been doing it quite often.
So last time, we had a pair of weddings. That was a thing. In the Sept of Ironwood, we had, well, yeah, a pair of weddings. One between me and Rosette, and then the other one between Sir Ryman and Lady Nalia. Which was great, and, you know, we had a small bit of food. And, we all enjoyed ourselves, and then we set out on the Boneway. Or the Stoneway. Take your pick. As we rode back up, and it was actually uneventful. Surprisingly uneventful. Except the fact that, of course, before we travelled up there, we did, the watchtower we passed before that was supposed to restock us, we did get attacked there, which is kind of a problem. So yeah, we got attacked there, which was a big deal. A lot of people got wounded.
A lot of destiny was spent.
Dessem somehow survived getting a lance to the chest. I had to burn a destiny point to stop myself getting mowed down. I actually burned a destiny point to stop myself getting mowed down. But after we eventually got back, and I was nearly dead from infection because I had completely failed my endurance check, we got treated by the maester. And Bree went on a rampage, probably. I'm guessing. I was in bed the whole time, I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose that's short of it. So, well, it has been a bit of time. 10 days, specifically, since we left off. People have been in bed trying to recover from wounds, and the dear maester has certainly done his utmost to fix everyone. So, those who have had the chance, what have you been doing in this downtime? What would the others know that you've been doing?
Recruiting mean people with big sticks. Basically. That's all Alaric's been doing.
Mean people with big sticks.
Yeah. They're around.
I think that's what it said on the recruitment flyer.
Yeah. I went around putting up posters saying, angry men, big sticks, some money.
.org.
Wanted, angry men with big sticks, and like the lowborner sitting in the taverns going, I'll show you my big stick.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yep. Yeah. And Alaric's hired a group. Stormlanders.
After he spent like the week laying in bed going, ah.
Yeah.
In his own bed, because he was like, fuck you, Maester.
Yeah. He didn't want to be around there.
but sir, no.
No, fuck you, Maester.
Desmond's like, save yourself.
When you are being treated by Mr. Cole, it's very much, hey, you have rolled, you sort of put on the table, or like a bed, and then he will look at whoever is outside the door and slowly close it. Keeping eye contact constantly, and then you don't see them until they're fine.
One eyebrow raised.
Slight smile.
Yeah, slight smile.
It's ever so slightly more.
He does love his work.
Than usual.
I love these people. They're great.
That's good. It's good that you love these people.
Yeah.
Welp. I suppose I'll go next. Bree has terrorized people. Briyenn knows that a fight is coming, and she thought at the start of this week, or past 10 days, that her house wasn't prepared for it. Take those archers. They are slackers. They failed last decade against House Peak, and they watch impotently while the Lornmen rule the countryside. Bree's trips along the Boneway showed her how important ranged firepower is in the marches, and if Caladan's bowmen are not prepared, then the entire army will be picked apart. Her house needs these archers, she needs them, she will not let them fail her. So with Dessem and Laenys helpless and Ser Cousin out of commission, or then looking for men with big sticks, Bree will exercise her noble authority to prepare the archers for the marches. She enforced food and water rationing on the archers, as well as imposing sleep deprivation. Remembering the Boneway night ambush, she had the archers practice firing at targets in dim light, and she simulated the wasteland's heat and discomfort by having the archers always wear their armor. Better they discover their weakness now. Now, Bree understood that her age and gender put her at a disadvantage, and the archers were most certainly non-compliant at first. Like, they looked at, like, the veterans of the unit, and then back to the 11-year-old girl, like, what? No. Unfortunately for them, they could not appeal to a higher authority. Maester Cole hadn't released his patience yet. Bree didn't bluster. She stared down the unit as respected veterans with all of her noble imperiousness and stated, "Your lord wishes you prepared for battle. I am his voice. Defy your orders, and I will put you in the stocks myself until the lord can review your insubordinates." And so several archers got put in the stocks. Bree got physical with some of the archers, and as it turns out, because they only had fighting 2, individual archers couldn't really defeat her in melee combat. And eventually the archers decided that they were going to comply with Queen Bree on this front, rather than just like, they're just going to let it go.
This 10-year-old girl just walks in front of the unit of the archers like, "Who wants some?" Cracks knuckles. And everyone's like, no.
And so at first they're like half-hearted, like, we're not really going to try. And then a few of them are like, fuck it, I'll take her.
With fighting a 10-year-old noble girl is that you can't really hurt her.
Yes, and even if they won...
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You just beat up your lord's daughter, who's 10.
Yeah. How that's gonna
This whole
end
system for noble ladies is not prepared for one who acts like this. little monstrous Wolverine troll. I mean,
you. You are not
Monstrous Wolverine troll.
The
That is
archers
being
are, like, sifting
quoted.
through all, like, what is our recourse here?
there's no. I
Could
mean,
we
no
go to
one.
someone
This
higher?
never happened before.
So yes, like their typical course of action, I would imagine, would be to go someone ranked higher than her. The problem is that Maester Cole's like, and the archers are like,
You knock, the door opens ever so slightly until the chain on the door sort of clicks. Looks out, asks what is needed, and then you generally leave.
Oh god.
so yes, Bree was a
Giant
troll, and in essence, I wanted to build the chains that would allow my character to attach herself to those archers, because when we actually get to the battle situation, her eyes are keen, she possesses both fierceness and cunning, she knows the Marches region extremely well, and her imperious presence will ensure that the archers perform to their utmost ability. After all, they have a lady to protect, and they will surely want to stop her from making their jobs even more miserable. If we do this, Queen Bree will go away. Make her go away.
She will not really hear this, but some of you others that might be around will hear that they began talking about how she's being very Dornish.
Oh. Oh.
Bad influence from Rosette.
God
She's
damn
been
it.
there for so long, and now suddenly, like, Lord's son is being married off to one of them. Well,
This
So
entire
how
house
seems
is
to
going
be-
to hell.
Well,
How it
that-
used to be, damn it.
You know what that means? Alaric's gonna have to buy out an entire whorehouse just to prove we're still from the Reach.
kill them all. It's the only way.
So I have a new holding for the castle planned. Stick with me because the story gets better.
What if I told you that we now we're like what?
We install holes at
Dessem
waist
will
level.
live with the birds, and then his old room.
His
So
old
yes,
room, women. Women everywhere.
So the folks who weren't helpless would, of course, get to hear all of that, and then people wake up like, "Oh, you need to check on the archers. The archers look a little exhausted. Why?" Oh,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're allowed a day break before we leave.
yes.
None of them show up the next day.
They just don't
Bree
show up.
pretty much ends her reign of terror after, like, as soon as, like, Lanny and, like, Dessem get out of bed and Sir Alaric finds his people with, like, big sticks. Bree's like, I'm pretty much done now.
The big stick men show up finally, and
They're like, salvation!
Bree's like, my work is done. Dun, da, da, da.
The big sticked men you have found and hired are the Red Vanguard, a Stormlander party from Cape Wrath in the Rainwood.
I like the name, sure. Whatever rocks that boat.
Well, I guess I can go next. Dessem has been writing a lot of letters, sending them back and forth. There have also been a lot of worksmen going up and down, doing masonry work up top in the castle, from what I've seen. A lot of cages have been brought with screeching and cawing ravens up into the castle, and the castle now sports a rookery. Where Dessem has more or less installed himself as the master of ravens. There's a lot of different ravens packed in there, and once he got out of bed, he has been seen going back and forth, tending to the ravens and taking care of them and stuff like that. Basically installing himself with that at the top of the castle. We now can send ravens back and forth ourselves. A huge innovation to the house communications, and one that I felt was very much needed in our current climate, which is why I bought the quality last session.
An innovation. Good on you for research into tech.
Mm-hmm.
Good work, Jonas.
Yep, tech research. That is the big thing that you probably have seen. Also, letters has been sent back and forth, announcing that we have a rookery now and actually can receive and stuff. But also one of the stuff has been sent out as well. He has sent a letter to Lord Karen with the basically detailing the happenings down on the way back from Dorne, preparing the Lord for the for the big trial that's coming up next, basically, and telling him all the great things House Caladan has done for him recently,
in good faith.
In good faith, completely good faith. And also sent the important missive to him, so he can actually take a look at that, because he probably wants to see that, and we don't have any real way of opening it, and it seems risky. So that's what we did there. Did try to implicate House Will in subtle ways in the letter, and I think I succeeded. Sent letters to the Trants, declining the marriage proposal as politely as possible. He has. Let me pull up the list here. Find it. There we go. He has also done some general catching up on things that has been going on, and bad news. It seems the Lornmen are now more numerous than ever and even more well equipped than we saw them last time. I don't know. Someone is definitely funding these people, and that is something we need to put an end to really soon, because that is getting out of hand really quickly as it is right now.
Me, the big sticks, and the restless will go in, fuck them up, job done.
Well, we have a war to fight first, and that's what kind of concerns me.
Yeah.
Remember, those mercenaries will be there until the war starts. That was the
Yes,
contract, right?
that was the contract, and then they leave. It's like, oh, thanks. Let's see here. There was some information about Will's forces, but I posted that in main chat, so you all know that. See if I have anything else. The Lordmen has also stepped up their activity. They have attacked several flax fields and burned them down and stuff, saying that only the foolishly devout of the populace need to fear them. Those who would turn to the gods instead of the proper lords with their prayers. That's the official statement right now from the Lordmen. Lord Karen is currently in judgment of a minor skirmish between House Peak and House Tarley. The affair seems messy, although there's been a few actual casualties. Decision is pending on that one. Lord Hightower is currently in Highgarden again. Apparently some heated discussion with the Tyrells. Unsure exactly what that is currently. And the Longthorn is still at tourneys with the Lions of Lannister in Lannisport. That is the general update of that Dessem can contribute to the party.
Oh, yeah. I don't see how the Lordmen are a problem. They're trying to put us above the 7, right? All is as it should be, right?
But they burning the flax fields, that's the problem.
I mean, sometimes you gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet.
Scare the populace into worshipping you, need to burn a few fields.
Also,
The problem is that they are getting richer and more well-equipped, so someone is funding them, I think.
The God Queen of Caladan, I like it.
there's one thing also to mention. Alaric's sponsor, so Ashra Tyrell, is due to arrive shortly after this war. If not by the time we're on our way home. So he'll be arriving at some point during that time. So that's
What do you
another
know
thing.
about your sponsor? What can you tell us about your sponsor?
He's a cool dude. He's a Tyrell. He wants Alaric back in Highgarden, but we're busy. He's bringing a possible squire as well for Alaric. The reason he's going to take so long to get to us is he's going to the boys' family's estate to talk to them before coming to us. He says it will be a few moons of travel, and give or take, that should be about the time we're finished, I think.
All right, I will look out for a cool dude. I'll keep an eye on the gates.
Cool dude with a Tyrell banner. Job done. Probably in fancy armor, because Tyrells. I mean, that's just... it's like a family thing, right?
I guess I can do my one. Laenys, of course, hasn't been able to do too much. Maester has ensured he's been in bed for majority of the time. But he got a little bit of time, if only a little bit, where he's gone around speaking to various people around our, well, both around the castle and just a little bit outside of it with, you know, for example, showing Rosetta around and making sure she is comfortable and ready with all of this, as well as speaking to a few other people such as the Maester, reviewing about both Everin and Lord Aeron. Because I saw it as relevant, and unfortunately, Lord Aeron has been going. Well, he's in the worst. He's one of the worst states he's been in a while now, actually. So much so that his will is weak enough that, well, the Maester really doesn't think he could make any real official decisions by himself at this point at all. So anything major would have to either be postponed, or a steward would need to be installed for it, which is not a good thing. Not necessarily for us. I've also received information saying the lawmen have been terrorizing the populace. So, you know, can confirm. And that Everin is unlikely to ever be able to win a tournament now. His wound is not recoverable by the Maester.
I mean, he's had that thing for like over a fucking moon now.
which is why he's not able to do anything about it.
Well, grit and determination, that's what we need.
Well, he has a future with horses. He'll win those like horse things, like you know, like where you preen and show off the horse.
I don't think that's what he's into.
No.
Well, he's gonna have to get into something.
You can still ride an attorney. You know, you don't need to be incredibly strong to ride an attorney. You just need to be good with the lance.
Just got to be good at aiming.
Well, that's a place to improve yourself, right? There's room for improvement here.
Make like one of those flowchart things, like baby steps.
Yeah, make him squire to Longthorn, and he'll learn a thing or two.
I don't think Longthorn wants a cripple squire.
If I can pull
He's
that
not
off,
a cripple,
you don't know.
We don't say the C word.
You certainly never see crippled Tyrells. There might be some, but
they're hidden away.
But they're kept away with the ugly Tyrells, right?
Yeah.
there are no ugly Tyrells. What are you talking about?
Just like
Those
there's
are
no
also
crippled
thrown
ones.
into the forest.
Yes, and they're just thrown down the well.
The Spartan way.
The spun way.
Check the well. Wow, there's 87 dead
Holy
people
shit,
down
this
here.
thing's full.
Don't drink from that well. We don't drink from that well. It's
That's the ancestral well.
Brilliant.
It's their version of going to the farm.
You been doing anything, Tina?
No, not really, except the usual training and just wandering around.
Watching the terrorization of the guards.
Yeah, it's been funny.
Watching Rosette.
Well, it's time to rub it in, Those assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do about it? She's a higher rank than you.
Right.
Yeah.
Look at them with their penises and their bows just standing there.
It's not that. Because they always like, you're not a real man. It's like, oh, fuck you. Well, you're the one who has to train with Bree. I can stand here and watch.
But they're like, well, you train with her too, because I want to. Oh. Well, that
Yeah.
makes you weird.
It's because she likes me.
Women.
Then they roll their eyes. Ugh.
Yep.
And suddenly, he doesn't have a head. What happened?
It's the court of hens, we call it. Yes.
No one died. I can verify that.
Oh,
Or even got maimed.
too bad.
Bree has in her downtime reduced the training level by 2.
Oh, okay.
They're all new green boys. Nice.
Well, Bree.
It's impressive she did that without affecting the population, though.
Not quite. Oh God. 1d6 population loss.
For Bree's recruitment drives. We need to talk.
Bree, we have a tower for you to stay in permanently, right?
The Maester would like to see you immediately for leeches.
Don't make me dagger murder you in your bath as well.
I think I'm more terrifying than what your brother would be. Plus, you're already wounded from that one.
Well, the brother was terrifying, but he trusted his brother.
Exactly.
I suppose that
was
would
his
be the problem
downfall.
then. You already slapped me. You revealed your plans.
Yeah.
My plan to assassinate you was
Yeah.
revealing that slap
Yes.
when you became murderous. Yeah.
You spoke so much.
A slap speaks 1,000 words. I mean, that's what you hear.
Yeah.
Did shut her up
Across the
finally.
Westeros.
Surely did.
It actually didn't. It was thanks to me that knocked her out. If I hadn't been there, you'd be screwed.
I'm pretty sure.
So
Alaric
it
would have
actually
been able
didn't
to do it
work
as
at
well.
all.
I just
No,
need
Well,
to,
Alaric, you already had a
I just
previous
need to
weapon.
use the great sword for long enough that I can punch her out with my fist.
Was a causal factor to her getting knocked out.
I hope you're proud of that, knocking out an 11-year-old girl, Jonas.
She fucking deserved it. I have no regrets. Bree can suck it.
Well, she would
Let me
use
go
her
have a look-
teeth, and you wouldn't survive it.
There's
Let me go look at my character
nothing.
relationships. I might need to change them now.
There's nothing saying that a knight cannot backhand his daughter.
Exactly.
Oh my god, the next time you
Oh,
go to
if
your
only
gallery,
you were
all
a
your
knight.
pictures are
Or lord.
destroyed.
Also, if only you were her father, which you're
To
not.
discipline an insubordinate niece.
But you're not a lord either. You see, your brother's the actual ruler of this house.
Not for long.
The next time you go to your gallery, all the pictures are ruined.
Slashed them,
Slashed.
That would be mean.
and blood demon comes out.
Now that's crossing the line there.
Yeah, I never attack
Hitting a
her.
little girl, that's fine, but
That's-
for
I mean, in
pictures,
this
that's
world-
just mean.
Never
In this
attack
world,
hard.
hitting a girl is totally fine.
Where is this campaign going? Ah,
There it should be. There's a whole chapter in the book about the setting getting into the game, right? That's what we're doing right now.
By hitting.
Where are we going? We're going to the marches. I thought you already knew this, Halldamir.
Yeah. Yeah, a fun little thing to note, by the way, is that you have spent almost the least game time in the actual Reach. With Doran being probably one of the most at this point, and then the Stormlands the second most.
the Reach Lords hardly spending any time in the Reach in a campaign
Everyone
about.
everyone just snubbed us here in the beginning anyway.
We're
so-
going out on like adventuring things that involves us like leaving.
Leaving home.
Oh.
We don't want to go visit the people around us for reasons that have been discussed.
Well, all right.
All right, yeah. I mean, it's. Let's see what it actually is. It is day 27 of the 5th moon in the year. It is still summer. And well, it's been a few days. You were, I think, you wanted to at least send a letter to Winewood, telling them that you were gonna move.
Yep. If Alaric gives the signal, we send the letter.
He walks into Dessem's room and goes, "The men with the big sticks are ready."
There's some nods.
Or like signal, just like just like lower the hand. Has to kill someone.
The people looking on, bemused as most of the soldiers and people defending them leave. We're about to leave.
Do we have a rousing speech from like the commander or something?
Later.
To war!
That's for the battlefield, man.
You will eat man flesh.
That's a
Man flesh is good.
Back the lands they stole. Burn every village.
Win and you won't be trained by Bree. It's out of your room.
elites.
Win and Bree will never train you again. Or die, that's the other one, but I'm sure you don't want to do that one.
Death is no excuse, right?
Not even death can save you from Bree.
So, the next question would be, who are you bringing and what are they going to do?
Okay, I think the plan is we're going to bring the Respites Rangers, Caladan Claws, the Forerunners, and the Red Vanguard, I think he said. Or the Vanguard, one of the two. Those four. We're leaving Respites restless here. That is indeed many scouts. Look how tiny we are compared to them.
I mean, there's 100 of them in formation, right?
Yeah. Which formation we don't know because that's in the advanced rules.
That's right.
That's snark.
Only I had a more advanced.
Well, the Rangers are clearly in the Briyenn formation now.
There we go. I put myself in position.
Green formation, yeah. Like the ugliest pimple in the world, she leads that unit.
I could, if you
don't lead the unit.
If you have your actual token picture, I could make a state that would put your little thing in the corner of it. But I guess it would sort of hover like down here, slightly outside of the actual thing. On that, it's easier. Probably just put it in the label.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are the units you currently have available to you. Well, that you're gonna bring. You also have your like garrison, but I believe those were gonna stay home.
Yeah, they're staying home. They need to protect the keep.
Right now, they're not here because the keep can actually only hold 3 of these. These guys will have to wait outside. It's a small keep.
You stay there.
Only hold 3.
Bad Vanguard.
You know.
The garrison's like, we actually get to leave the castle?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they usually do like patrolling around the
Right.
land
Right.
and such.
We're going home!
Being veterans, you know,
Being very
not having to go to
badass.
war. Yeah.
Is that you, Odenkirk?
Yes, it is.
He's a Stormlander.
Alright, sure.
Makes sense.
I like
right?
that guy. It's totally awesome.
Yeah. So these are the units you're going to leave with, 400 men. So it's a fairly decently sized army. Oh, the Reach is not really one of the most militarized zones of the Seven Kingdoms. Who is that we lost? Look like Dark. All right.
Yep.
So now I ask you again, who will go and what will they do?
Alaric, commander. As the rest of you guys, I left it up to you, who wanted to be a hero.
What do I need to be a hero, Halldamir?
You just need to be able to
Justify it.
Yeah.
Really, you'll play a character that already is a good thing in your direction. Now you just need to justify how you help this unit do what they already do better.
For Dessem, I would attach Dessem to the Rangers because he's coordinated an archer before.
That completely burns away everything that I just did during the downtime. Which, I mean, you can, but I would figure that Dessem is actually best as a sub-commander instead of being attached to a unit unless he's going to, like, hobble over a battlefield.
The problem with sub-commanders is they actually have to make active warfare rolls.
I'm
So
not
he's
good at
pretty
warfare,
much
sadly.
useless. So.
I mean,
In that case, I suppose I'm not attached to anything.
I mean, Dessem has really good awareness. I mean, he
You
can help the scouts.
you can just be a hero on the battlefield, basically a unit in your own right.
No.
You
crazy?
There are rules for the scorpions being used to shoot individual people.
That is true. But we
so-
don't have any scorpions. That's the problem.
No scorpions.
Because we could have so many with our engineers.
They're pretty good.
It's like a
Yeah, no, I
dream
suppose
board.
then
It's just
I suppose then that I can't really justify Dessem being on the battlefield. I mean, my initial thought was be that he could use like all of his newfound like ravens and stuff to be some sort of like
You could go with the scouts.
like battle
very good
battle
awareness.
central. I do.
Yes, like very good awareness, and with like your Raven idea, like you being with the Forerunners,
Yeah.
they don't actually do a whole lot of running, so
Sending
It's
sending
more like
messages,
slowly moving through the terrain and whatnot.
sending messages, updating of enemy movement, stuff like that. That would be what I would do.
Yeah. The Rangers also do have awareness, so you can also add
But
that.
Bree is with the Rangers.
Bree is at
We
the
can
Rangers.
certainly
I
do
think you're trying to
Rangers,
milk this whole thing for benefit, and there's no benefit to having two people except for
No.
more risk of them dying
No,
when
no.
the unit gets wiped.
So what is
So
what is my
Dessem-
risk dying more precisely?
Well, if the unit gets destroyed, then there's a risk of you dying or getting taken or get maimed.
You take damage for whatever happens to the unit you're attached
Let's
to.
see, attached character. A unit takes damage. Then the character takes 1 point of damage, ignoring armor. All this ignores armor.
Yes.
If it gets disorganized, you take 2 points of damage. If it's routed, you take 5. If it's destroyed, you take 10 points.
Oh,
yeah. So if the unit gets destroyed, that flatlines you.
Yeah.
that kills
You
me.
can take injuries
Or
and
like
wounds.
maims you,
Yes.
or
Or
makes you yield so that they will take you prisoner or whatever.
Yes, you're still allowed to take things on your body.
Yeah, and maybe they don't want to kill you.
But that's as dangerous as it gets.
Can I burn a destiny point to get out if I die? Like, can I?
If I believe
You can, as usual, spend a destiny point to change the if they say we kill you in this like cavalry charge, you like I spend a destiny point to instead be taken prisoner.
Yes, you burn it.
I think you could also spend a destiny point to say you take another action, and because of the way things work, because it's every 5 rounds, I don't know.
Well, if that's the thing.
But you can actively detach your character if things are looking
You
bad.
can't be like nope and run away.
Probably not.
Good for morale. I can say that.
Terrible for morale.
You look at these guys like
Terrible.
hear the cavalry charge like stand fast, men, and then you
And
turn
then run away.
out.
I mean, yeah, that is a way I could potentially help a unit with the scouting and the sending of ravens to update and stuff like that. I am not very hardy though, so if it goes to hell, I would risk.
Neither are the scouts.
That's fine.
Okay, that's good.
You have as much endurance as the scouts do.
Yeah.
All right,
Um,
sure. I guess I can.
More fighting probably.
That seems incredibly unlikely.
I will. I would probably also say that perhaps Nima goes with the vanguards, as she's a fighter.
She is a fighter. She can be in the ranks and then lash out to take out commanders and slit throat of important sergeants on the battlefield. She basically dances back and forth, taking out key objects to ease the ease.
That
Yeah.
makes sense for her to fight well.
I would normally
She's better
say
than most people.
I would normally say Laenys, but Alaric wouldn't want to risk Laenys on the
If
the vanguard.
Laenys dies, then all is lost. Then it's easy.
So,
But he's not even the heir. I don't understand.
hey, he's the heir to our hearts, all right.
Bree, you can die. That's okay, but
Yeah, yeah.
Bree's with the Rangers. I don't want the Rangers anywhere near anybody that's going to stab them. So that's a thing. Like, I don't want them anywhere near anyone that has a big pointy stick.
What's
So,
the latest is warfare?
2 as same as everybody apart from
Yes.
Alaric.
Laenys has never been in a battle. Why would he have
Makes
war?
me sad, man. So sad. Cry.
It's like,
Yeah.
control even connecting.
Well, I guess I'll gamble with my life here to help out. That seems like a thing Dessem would do.
And I don't know. I mean, Laenys could join the engineers. They're not going to be at the immediate front line, but they are definitely going to be in there fighting.
To have real nobility presence.
Yeah.
Carry the ancestral sword into battle for morale. Oh, that's so risky.
Yeah. With our engineers of the house. Our
Right,
great
I
engineers.
heard how you guys waffle on committing William and the Forsaken Throne, and you didn't discover how useful he actually would have been until the end.
Yeah, so let's...
Is there still like a secret?
True.
But it's like potions, right? Just hoard them all in your backpack, but you might need them later.
Might need them later, yeah.
I mean, does Laenys have similar amazing powers as William?
I don't. I mean,
Are you in
hope-
fact
Rabbit's blood.
an immortal Emperor King?
Does not get hurt by fire as much.
that's true.
Well, I mean heat as much.
So he won't be as heat irritated? I don't know, really.
I don't think you'll need me in the next 8 minutes. Java has crapped out on me. I'm going to restart my computer. Keep going.
It's crapped out on me as well. So.
You know,
Yeah, I think...
just let me. I have a
Oh.
suspicion.
Oh, it might not have been
Oh,
on
good.
my end.
I'm good.
Yeah,
It
okay.
seems. I'll restart the server anyway if two people have problems. I don't want to deal with it later when we have to actually do stuff.
Okay.
But you continue talking.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I would suggest that Laenys goes in with the engineers, just because that brings their fighting up to 4. They're pretty badass with 4 fighting.
I love how your suggestion is the mechanical guts, but Manaki is specifically saying you're not
I know,
doing it
I
for
know.
mechanical guts. You're terrible, Halldamir.
I'm thinking of this for our house. God damn it!
I mean, first thing I'm thinking of was would Laenys have enough courage to go into it?
That's also another
First
thing.
question.
So if Alaric would come up to Laenys and say, "Do you want, like, I would love you with the engineers in the battle."
Rosette is on his arm, looking at him.
That's a -2 right there. God damn it!
Well, on the other hand, he's trying to look stronger with Rosette. Trying.
It's a -2 and a +2. Shit.
I mean, he would want to help. Laenys does it as his duty to help. Because does he actually have enough courage to help?
She'll say, "Don't worry. If you don't go, I'll go in your place."
Oh, you should really go now, man. You can't let your lady.
Do you have a destiny point?
I have destiny points.
Do you have
Okay,
a destiny
just-
point just in
Just
case?
checking.
Alright.
I have them in plurals.
Okay, that's
I think that could happen by being captive by people in Dorne, right?
Nothing bad can happen, looks at Bree. Oh. Is the server up? Or is it...
No, I'm still restarting it.
Okay.
It was doing the thing where when I tried to close it, it'd be like out of memory. No, bad crash. So that's a thing that happened.
Denard.
Don't know why. Still, probably out of memory. If only we knew what that meant.
You need to
That's
get
true.
a bigger cranium.
My laptop.
But, I mean, I could see Laenys helping out the engineers. Like, you know, front up mercenary group? Probably not. But he's just as good at fighting as the engineers are. And, I mean, he can be... with his persuasion, he could be decently inspiring for them, and with his organization.
And it shows what I personally think it was what dedication that one of the noble children, perhaps the future heir of the house, because the first son, I mean, he's the most important ranking officer here. He is spending his time with us. That means it's important. And he has faith in us.
It's the engineers are what you send whenever people ask for your contribution, right? So,
That's right.
So they're the mark of the house.
Yeah.
Right,
If you
they
do not
are
have a
the
flaming
mark of the
sword, you would have like a wrench.
house. A flaming wrench. I serve the flaming wrench.
Service back up.
I am the wrench.
Would he have enough courage then, is the question.
Roll
I'll make
for
a
it.
courage roll, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, it seems fitting.
Well, how
like Rose
difficult
said,
would you
like
say it
staring
would
at
be?
you.
That is the real question. How difficult would it be?
No idea. What's
That's to
Because
some
combat is usually 12.
It's probably one up from that if it's war. Like,
See, on the other side, then you have like Rosette saying, "If you don't go, I'll go for you."
yeah,
Yeah,
that
which-
kind of.
I think it makes it an easier decision. So it goes to like
To not
formidable.
yeah.
Yeah.
Take the sword, Rosette. You carry it.
You take it.
No.
And then like Sir Alaric is like standing there, like looking between the two, like, "Oh God, he has to go now. This can't go."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, you can certainly roll and see. I think that's a good time to roll your drawback.
I mean, it seems fitting because it's damn war. He's going to be. It's going to be cautious.
You're asked if you want to go. There's an obvious answer, which is no, of course not, you idiot.
Why the
But
fuck?
there's the answer that people want you to say, which is, of course I will.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Nobody
looking at
wants
you.
to go to war in general.
Oh,
Pretty good roll. Pretty good roll.
Well, it seems like you can keep control of your faculties to do whatever you want to do, not being forced one way or the other.
So House Caladan.
Yes. Wreathed in flames.
I hope not.
I mean that they hurt me less. So.
Well, you
Yes,
know,
they hurt you.
Take this bottle of wildfire. If it comes to the worst, drink it.
Drink it,
No.
you
we'll
might
lean
become a
in
dragon.
and kiss him on the cheek, and then whisper in his ear, so that Alaric can't hear it. Remember that if you do not come back, then our marriage will be nullified. And she'll give you a quick smile and squish your hand.
Wow.
I heard Tine in the back.
Shit.
We'll squeeze back, and so Alaric will notice a combination of both passion and anxiety washing over him.
Dessem looks over. It's like, is Laenys blushing? Like, what is?
He's quite pale. It's
What
quite
kind of
obvious.
thing is that to say?
Alar-
Worst girlfriend ever.
Alaric's
Wife.
like, it's okay. I'll tell you what she probably said later. I've heard this quite a few times. Actually.
Oh, God.
You know what? I like the fact that every time
And Dessem like laughs also. Like, oh.
I'm
What are you
really
trying to say,
confused,
Tina?
and it fits with Nima not understanding your ways. Like, what the hell is that to say?
You've never been
One-
to High Garden.
When we go to High Garden, you'll learn.
No, I haven't. Nima hasn't been to High Garden. You know, maybe that's good for the best.
We'll go there one day. Don't you worry.
Okay, sure.
Probably for
Good
this
treat.
trial. So
Your treat.
Let's all go to the high garden.
Well, it's as you note, it's probably that or Storm's End.
so here's hoping High Garden.
Storm's End is a dour place.
Yeah.
My God, it's just a
Just so long as it's not Sunspear, whatever the fuck that place was called.
Yes, in Dawn. But yeah, there's water gardens now.
all the kind of water gardens.
Yeah, we get to see our tax dollars at work.
Yeah,
Right.
all the bathing
It's
Dawn's
women.
ladies and dragon queens just frolicking. All right then. So everyone will go. Is what I'm hearing. And everyone will lead a unit or command.
Yeah.
That makes it simple.
Well, they can command. I think we'll leave the commanding.
So
to
Ryman
Alaric.
will offer to stay here and protect and try to lead the garrison to on on their treks around, he would like to get a look of the land and understand how to do things, because it seems like these bandits are having a little too much fun right now.
Yes.
And, you know, since this is his home, I mean, he wants to do stuff here for the rest of his life. That sounds like a great idea.
Equally, as Lady Nalia wanted to try and get a hang of this whole stewardship thing, and I did give her some advice.
They take over the house while we're gone.
Merced will stay as
We'll have an army.
as lady of the house.
Yeah, we're going to keep hold of the house. They can't overthrow it with her fighting skill.
Meanwhile, the garrison is like, this is terrible, and Nordish women everywhere.
Everyone is not happy with this, though. He wants to go as well.
Maester's orders.
Maester's orders, man. You're not allowed to leave. I would
Seriously?
totally have you by my side.
But he will ask if
Why not?
like this is his chance to prove that this injury is not going to stop him.
Yeah, you should totally let him.
He's not recovering that well.
There's like no way.
Think you don't believe him anymore?
He's not gonna recover at all if you keep babying him.
God damn
That's
it.
true. Is it the Maester's order or is it your order?
He can be beside Alaric, but the units are full. Really?
Well, he will fight alongside them.
You
He's
know,
an individual hero.
put him with Laenys. Put him with Laenys. He'll be happy with Laenys.
Oh, that
Tell him that his job is to protect the
to protect the heir.
one of the protect one of the heirs of the house, and that is the most solemn duty he can get. Like look him really serious in the face, and if you come back and Laenys does not, oh boy,
Yeah.
that is totally unacceptable.
That means we're looking at Bree here as needing to do this, and no.
Sure, though he seemed to have hoped to be in the front lines. That's where the songs are made.
He will
Maybe
be in
next
the front
time.
lines, don't worry. I have
You
plans.
throw the engineers into the front lines.
They have as much fighting as the mercenaries.
Sir Cousin is going to sponsor so many radical treatments for his boy. You don't understand. I need him to get better.
I heard
But he
about this
doesn't get-
wonderful thing.
He doesn't get better if he doesn't train. Isn't that how it works?
Yeah, I mean, mechanically it's experience that he needs, but I don't know how we can farm that.
Well, he's not gonna experience life in bed.
Destiny point. He just needs one destiny point. That's it. Because then
Need
he
to
can
make it more
remove the
important.
drawback. He can remove the drawback.
You burn one of yours. Can you pour destiny on him?
I can't. I'm
How about
running
the
low.
future? Can we get some of that future stuff? That
Yes, you should totally give him the future.
Roll the
Future
dice.
stuff.
Let's see.
Yeah.
There is nothing wrong with the future, trust me.
It's like it's terribly experimental. I cannot in good conscience. And it's like you just do it.
Do it.
You
I would
know
like-
what this
Wait,
obsidian
Jonas.
means.
Jonas, remember you need to sign the
Halldamir,
pamphlet first.
what do you
need to sign
think
the
your
pamphlet.
son would think if he knew that you had destiny points and you used them on your horse instead of him?
I spent them on my horse. I didn't burn them on him. So burning's
The horse was more worth than his son.
Well, again, ride his son.
it's true.
Let's face it, boy. I can always have more kids, but these horses are such a pain in the ass to find.
But Hugo.
Difficult is to find Hugo.
It's far more expensive to find another Hugo than it is to find another son.
Everything considered, the long form probably agree with that sort of sentiment. A good horse is better than 10 men.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.